sleep affects us, what it can do to us, and all kinds of amazing information. Well, today we're going to dive a little bit deeper on some things, and then we're going to go over all of the things that we can do to make sure we get the best sleep. So, welcome to FitHack Your Life in 30 Days, Day 11. I'm always excited, guys. I'm excited today. This is some pretty in-depth, crazy stuff, and I went through all of my books, everything that I had, and there's so much information, so I had to get it written down. So that's why you see me. I got this today. There's lots and lots of stuff. But obviously, we don't have time for everything, so I'm going to try and make the most with what we have. Try to keep it 7 to 10 minutes long. So let's dive into it. Guys, if you have any questions or if you relate on a topic, please comment. Type your questions in. I'll answer them as soon as possible. And all right, let's get rolling. So there's 5 key factors that have powerfully changed our sleep in the past 50 years. Okay? Now those things are constant electric light, which we talked about, blue light, alcohol, I know a lot of you aren't going to like to hear that one, regulated temperature, caffeine, and alarm clocks. Okay, so these 5 things have many of us believing in that we have insomnia, or there's actually some people that have clinically proven insomnia because of these 5 things. Okay, so let's jump back in more on the first one that I said on constant light, which is LED light, artificial light, blue light. We got really in depth with it the other day, guys, but we're just going to go over it a little bit here. So we're the only species that managed to light the night. And as you can see, it's becoming a big topic, especially with me, because I'm all about optimizing my body and trying to be the highest performer that I can. And but anyway, so we're the only species to light the night, and as you can see, it's definitely impacting our sleep. Okay, there's so many things. I don't want to say them out of place here because I got a whole bunch written down. But electric light put an end to our natural order of sleep, and it did. Okay, it delays the release of melatonin and the offset hormone called cortisol. And melatonin is a powerful antioxidant and a powerful sleep hormone. A lot of us supplement with it. That's not always the best thing to do, and it's still not going to work the same way as if your body naturally does it. Okay, the light receptors in our eyes communicate that it's daytime once we see artificial light, and it messes with our circadian rhythm because it tells us that it's still daytime, so there's no reason to produce melatonin or lower cortisol because of the short wavelengths of the blue light. Now, this is a spiral effect we got going on, right? This is really, really crazy. From one night of using an LED lit device before bed, this is from a study, okay? I can't remember how many people were in the study, but they had a whole bunch of people doing this, okay? Someone reading on an iPad before bed versus reading a paperback before bed suppressed melatonin over 50% and delayed the rise of melatonin for over 3 hours. So say you read on your iPad until 9 o'clock, then that with your iPad, that means until what? Midnight, you're not going to produce melatonin, and therefore you're going to miss out on a really good night of sleep. First, you lose significant amounts of REM sleep from staring at LED lit devices. Now, this is where our beautiful dreams come from. REM sleep is so important. I could probably do an entire video on the 4 stages of sleep and what they do and how important they are and what different parts of sleep restore what in our bodies and our brain and everything like that. So if you guys want that, let me know, and we'll do a video on the stages of sleep. But if not, that's all right. Let's just jump back into it here. The second thing is we will feel less rested the next day and sleepier throughout the following day. This is because we're suffering what they are calling a digital hangover. Okay, this is going to mess with our melatonin production for multiple days, and it's going to delay the response for up to 90 minutes, even though you're not using your LED lit device anymore. So this is just from one-time use. It's a wave, right? It's a ripple effect. It's going to mess with you for the next few days. This is crazy, right? Just one night can mess with you for up to 7 days. All right, a good change to a good start to change all this is put dim lighting in your house. Change the bulbs to a softer yellow, orange, or reddish light. Wear your blue blocking glasses at night, like these guys. These ones are my Swanwick glasses, swanwick.com, I believe, and my good ones that I wear them just before bed. That's why I never seem to have them on, because I always leave them in my room. They block 100% blue and green light. They have a little bit more of a red tint to them. They are from Blue Blocks, and that is BLUBLOX. They're awesome. And you could put software on your tablets, on your computer, that monitors the blue light and changes the color of your screen, so that way very little or any blue light shines through. Better yet, power down your devices 3 hours before bedtime. That would be the smartest thing to do. It would just eliminate all of this. Well, a lot of it anyway. Sometimes it's going to be hard to get rid of all artificial light. But do what you can, guys. Okay? I don't want to go off track here. There's so much to talk about. All right, alcohol. Now, I know a lot of you aren't going to like to hear this. Lucky for me, I'm allergic to alcohol, so it really affects me in a terrible, terrible way, so I don't drink. Lucky me. All right. Many believe that alcohol helps sleep, but this is very untrue. This is all proven. All this stuff that I'm giving you guys is from the books, the research that I have. Okay, so if you guys ever need any cited information, let me know. Alcohol is a sedative, so it binds to the receptors with the brain and prevents neurons from firing the electrical impulses. I didn't know alcohol was a sedative. Did you? I mean, it makes me pretty happy, pretty go-lucky, relaxed, having fun, right? Well, it is a sedative, and like it says, it binds to our receptors, so that way our neurons can't fire properly. But the first thing, never mind. I'm not going to get into what alcohol does to us. But so because it doesn't let our neurons fire, it's more. Okay, so my bad. I typed this wrong. So we do not get good sleep with alcohol. It's actually like a light state of amnesia. Okay, so it's not good sleep. But we associate the next morning how bad we feel with a hangover, right? When technically that might not even be the case. It's because we slept so terrible in very disruptive sleep. We don't sleep very much. Alcohol-infused sleep is not continuous. So we wake up hundreds of times once we have alcohol in our system, and therefore it is not restorative. This is why we feel terrible and we blame it on the hangover, right? Makes so much sense, but this information is so enlightening. Alcohol is one of the most powerful suppressors of REM sleep that we know of. It literally blocks the brain's ability to generate REM sleep. Now, again, guys, REM is where we dream, and a lot of other amazing things happen in REM sleep. So anyone consuming even moderate amounts of alcohol in the afternoon or the evening is depriving themselves of good sleep. So out of all the research that I read, all the books that I've read, everything that I've listened to, they're saying you should drink in the morning. And that way the alcohol is out of your system by the time you go to bed. So that way you can get a good night's sleep. So just change your work life schedule. Drink in the morning, let it dwindle off throughout the day, and you'll get good sleep. And we'll all be happy, right? All right, so right back into it. Number 3, a regulated temperature. So temperature, right? The temperature around us, our thermal environment. The temp around our body and our brain is the most underappreciated factor when we sleep. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love walking into an ice cold room and jumping into bed. I can sleep so good. It makes me feel so good and cozy and just, right? Okay, well, there's a reason for that. Your core temperature needs to be decreased by 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit and to initiate the body response for sleep, okay? This is why you find it easier to fall asleep in a cold room versus a hot room. For the best sleep, it's important that we dump heat from our extremities, so our head, our hands, and our feet. Now, a lot of people, they think it's just comfortable to hang one hand out or put one leg out of the covers, right? But our body does this for a response because you're too hot. And in the hands, the head, and the feet, we have our blood can get very close to the surface. So if our blood can get close to the surface, it's going to cool off our body, our core, and then that's how we can lower our body temperature and we can get great deep sleep. Now, a bedroom set at 65 degrees Fahrenheit is the ideal temperature for sleep for most people. I can do a little bit colder, and I believe it has to do with because I'm a big guy, got a lot of muscle, my metabolic rate's a little higher. So I like it a little colder, but it's still pretty comfortable versus, say, a 75-degree room. It's terrible to sleep in, and I sweat. I can't sleep with blankets. Even at 65 degrees, I can't sleep with blankets until around 5 or 6 o'clock. 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then I get up at 6. So I only use a blanket for about an hour in the morning. It's odd. I've been telling people that, and they find it very odd. Anyway, yes, so back to it. Now, this is pretty cool. I did not know this. A hot bath can also work to cooling our core temperature. This is why. A hot bath draws our blood to the surface to cool our body. Okay, so if you have a hot bath, hot shower, our blood's going to go to our surface of our skin to try and cool the body because you're heating it up. And then when you're done, then the blood is still there and it's going to cool off our temperature. So that's another great way to help get great sleep. Okay, next thing, caffeine. Caffeine takes 8 hours to get out of our system, especially out of our brain, out of our neural connections, so that way we can get great sleep. Okay, well, who drinks caffeine? Do we drink caffeine because we like the flavor of caffeine? I don't think so. I think we drink coffee because some of us like the flavor of coffee, or we like the response that coffee gives us from the caffeine, right? We just don't take caffeine because caffeine's awesome. No. Okay, so let's go back to that first reference I made with the study with the iPad users, right? Most people lay in bed watching TV, or watch TV till they're tired, or they're on their phone, their tablet until they go to sleep, right? Well, you guys now know what that does to us. So what happens in the morning when you're groggy? You make some coffee. What happens when you get to work? You drink another cup of coffee. What happens at noon? You drink another cup of coffee. At 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, when we have that mid-afternoon crash, what happens? A lot of people drink another cup of coffee. Okay, so if we drink coffee into the evening or too much throughout the day, it's not going to get out of our body in time, and that's going to keep us awake. See how this is turning into a huge snowball? All of these things are happening, and now we're learning how we can take control of them. Okay, so that's caffeine, nicotine also. All right, moving on. Next is alarm clocks. Okay, so this is from society. This is created from society that we have to get up and we have to be to work at a certain time every day. We go to bed late, wake up early, and deprive ourselves of this amazing sleep. Holy cow, guys, I'm already 14 minutes in. Okay, ready? I'm going to go really fast. All right. So alarm clocks will pull us in an unnatural way from our sleep, causing a spike in blood pressure and shock the acceleration of our heart rate. Okay, this is going to elicit the response, the fight or flight response of the nervous system. So why would you willingly put yourself through it over and over again, aka the snooze button? So why would you keep doing this to your body? And it's been proven that if this is repeated a few days a week for many years, it can have a major effect on our heart and our nervous system, which makes sense, right? Because it's not fun feeling like that, but over a long period of time, that makes sense. So to avoid this, some people have gone as far as to invent an alarm clock that connects to Wi-Fi and your bank account. So for every second that you let the alarm go off, it donates $10 to a political organization that you despise. I absolutely love this. I could not wait to tell you guys. I read that, and I would love to look into it, but I don't want to do that. Absolutely not. But that is so funny. So if you guys need that, if you guys need some type of response to make you get up, then find this alarm clock. If you need to, I'll help you find it. All right, so real quick on sleeping pills. Sleeping pills are also a sedative. There is nothing out there that they know of that can create natural sleep. Okay, now sleeping pill companies know this stuff that I'm about to give to you because a lot of it has come from their own in-house studies. They just don't tell the public about it. So since it's a sedative and it does not give us good natural sleep or actual good sleep, without any good sleep, we lose our memories. So it's proven that if you take sleeping pills, you might not have any recollection or lose a lot of memories from yesterday. Okay, and if you're doing this over a repeated amount of time, you're going to lose a lot of information. They're terrible for us. They really are. There was a 2-year study done on 20,000 people that even if you dabble in sleeping pills, I think that was taking 136 pills a year, so that's just less than half, you're 3.6 more times likely to die. Wow! I never taken sleeping pills. I never have, and now I never will. That is ridiculous. Now, this is from, since we do not get good sleep, it ruins our immune system, and people die from infections, disease, and cancers. Okay, so that's why it increases it to 3.6 more times likely to die. That's crazy. Okay, all right, guys. How do we get the best sleep? I'm going to name off 14 things that I threw together that I do and I try to do every day, and you guys can do it too. Here we go. Stick to a sleep schedule. This is super important. Even on the weekends, try to go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time. I know we want to sleep in a little bit, but just go to bed a little earlier if you can, because waking up at the same time has a great response on our body. I don't have these in order. I should have put these a little bit better in order. Okay, exercise, but not too late in the day. If we exercise too late in the day, it's going to increase our metabolic rate, and it's going to keep us awake and not get good, deep, restorative sleep. Avoid caffeine and nicotine. We just went over that. Avoid alcoholic drinks in the afternoon and the evening. Please do that, but this is not an excuse for you to wake up and start drinking. If that's what you choose to do, then that's what you choose to do. This is not me giving you advice on doing that. Avoid large meals before bed. Okay, this also will have an effect on our metabolic rate. Okay, so we can have small meals, we can have snacks, things like that, but do not have a big meal roughly 2 hours before bed, maybe even 3 if it's going to be a large meal. Try to avoid medicines that disrupt sleep if possible. So if you're an asthmatic or something like that, now most of those are stimulants, so they increase the respiratory rate of most people, so try not to take those before you go to bed. No naps. Number 7, no naps after 3 p.m. No naps. Okay, I love naps. I think naps are a super useful tool. I've always found that I do better if I can just have a 20-minute nap around between noon and 3. So now I know that I won't do it after 3 anymore because it messes with our sleep in the evening. Relax 30 minutes before you go to bed. So jump in bed or sit on the couch, whatever you're doing, and just no devices, no nothing, no reading. Just relax and think about yourself. Give yourself a little bit of time to self-reflect. Maybe not meditate, If you can, you want to, that's great. That would be awesome. But just take some time for yourself and relax. Number 9, take a hot bath. I'm definitely including this in every night. I'm going to make sure it's super hot to see if I can notice the difference. I've never done that one before. A dark room with absolutely no light. So that's number 10. I do have a night light in my hallway and in my kitchen. So I'm actually going to get rid of those and try to go in complete darkness and see if that helps. I'm really excited about trying it. Get in the morning sun and the sunset. Now, if you guys remember on the day we talked about blue light, the natural sunlight has an amazing effect on our circadian rhythm. So if you guys can get out within the first 3 hours of sunrise, absorb that natural light, it's going to help you feel amazing. And then same with as the sun sets, it's going to tell our internal clock, hey, it's getting dark. Let's calm the body down, get rid of the cortisol, and get ready for melatonin production here in a little bit. Okay. Number 12, don't lie awake in bed. So if you wake up in the middle of the night, get up and do some relaxing activity until you're tired again. If you lay there for more than 20 minutes, your mind can become anxious. So it's better to just get up and do something that's relaxing, calming until you get tired again. Number 13, avoid blue light as much as possible. Prepare yourself, right? Get the blue blocking glasses. Change the light bulbs in your house. Dim the lights if you can. Put the software on your computer, guys. Do everything that you can to help yourself. It's only going to benefit you and your family. Number 14, lower EMFs where possible. So if you guys need to know more about EMFs, go back to the EMF video we made. It's a great video, tons of information. Just like unplugging the Wi-Fi router. Quick thing, an international organization is setting standards for this stuff, EMFs and Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. And, they say no more than 30-minute exposure to Wi-Fi per day. Just to let you guys know, that's insane. So unplug that Wi-Fi router at night, guys. Do what you can to get rid of the connectable devices in your room, your phone, turn it on airplane mode, everything like that, guys. There's so much more. I have so much to talk about. But we're running out of time, guys. I'm already, holy cow, way past the amount of time that I wanted to. I hope this was beneficial. I hope you guys watch this all. And you guys have an amazing day. Become the best you. Any comments or questions, please type them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And don't forget to head over to FitHacker.com and get your free 5-day jumpstart. All right, guys, we'll talk to you on day 12. I'm so